Welcome back to the Figure Kit Garage. Brent Krug back with Box Day Saturday Part 2. Welcome back, fellow resin heads and kit builders. The second box that I got today was from Mr. Troy McDevitt of the McDevitt Studios. And inside were two kits, and this little adorable guy was the first one. I can't deny just looking at him puts a smile on my face. But little Godzilla. Troy's very unique take on the King of Monsters. Comes in 5 really beautifully cast pieces. Troy's take on this one is definitely a style all by itself. I can't deny it. He's absolutely adorable. For Godzilla to have a gigantic mouth full of teeth like that, how can you not just smile at it and go, wow. Really, really unique. Troy's usual take on with sculpting. He definitely went above and beyond to render every possible detail into Godzilla's skin that he could. Little pores up in his face. All the little spines across the top of his head. His little toes. Just really cute. Really, really cute. And the 2 arm pieces, little stubby arms. Rendered very nicely. And a hunk of a tail. A little bit of cleanup from the little few mold lines running along the side, but nothing that can't be definitely sanded, and once you get all that seamed and everything else, you'll never know it was there. Beautiful detail. Troy's definitely got a creative imagination when it comes to characters like this, and this is definitely no exception. And then the spine pieces will plug in. They're separate. I can't do it because of the pore spout right there. But excellent sculpting in the dorsal plates. Lots of washing and dry brushing to be had. I'm going to fit this little guy together as best I can. Tail plugs in very nicely. A little bit of a seam that'll have to be filled in, but it's nothing that can't be managed. A little epoxy sculpt will fix everything. And plug his stubby little arms in. And, whoops. Plugs in very nicely to where you don't really need to seam that. Maybe just a tad bit right there where my thumbnail is at, but not really that bad. Seam lines on the arms were barely anything. And plug his little right arm in there, same thing. Maybe just a little bit of putty work, but nothing that can't be managed. And there you have that. Cute little guy. Definitely, I think, one of the cutest versions of Godzilla that I think I've ever seen. And he's definitely not small on taking up space. Nose to tail. Just a little over 7 3/4 inches in length. Height-wise, right around 4 3/4 inches tall. Maybe just a little bit taller because of the top of the tail. And then width-wise, right around 5.5 inches in width. Considering the fact his tail kind of snakes behind him and off to the side. Yeah, these kits are definitely very affordable. Troy was pretty expedient about getting this out to me, and the wait was well worth it. This is Virginia's piece. She wanted one. Now I want one. Go figure. This piece was definitely worth the wait. Definitely worth the price of admission. If you're a Godzilla fan, or you just like the super deformed variety of kits, this one will definitely have a place in your collection for sure. Definitely got to send a big shout out to Troy for the amount of work he put into this. Really nice. Really nice. Yep, now I definitely want to get one. Go figure. So, I'm going to pause this momentarily. That's the first review of this particular box from Troy McDevitt. Next up, my favorite, Venom. Be right back. And we're back. Thank you for waiting. This is part 2 of Box Day Saturdays. Troy McDevitt package that I got this afternoon. And this is Venom. This is the 1/4 scale resin kit that Troy released in 2018. This is just a wonderfully done bust of everybody's favorite symbiote. I've been a fan of Venom for a long time and definitely wanted to get this. I had to wait a little while after the Tom Hardy movie Venom hit theaters last year. But Venom has been one of my favorites for a very long time, so this bust was a definite must-have. This is rendered in 5 resin pieces, 4 gray and 1 red. And we'll take a look at the base first. But the way Troy sculpted the base, it's in 2 pieces. Normally, some of his bases are in 1. But this is definitely in 2 pieces. Decent amount of height to it. A little bit of putty work. I'll definitely have to drill and pin that to give extra support for the head. Has it sculpted to look as if the symbiote itself is snaking off of Venom and down around the base. Leaves a lot of options open for painting and rendering. That'll be a lot of fun. Definitely nice. Then we're going to come into the main part of the body. The lower jaw and the neck area. Just amazing skin detail, along with the veins and all the muscles popping out. Really nicely done. Cleanup on this will be about the same as the Wolverine bust that I picked up last year. After having looked it over earlier, seam lines will be absolutely minimal. The base will actually plug into the back here. I'm going to install a magnet for that for extra support. A little bit of sanding and cleanup. Troy McDevitt 2019. Excuse me, Troy, I stand corrected, 2019. Really cool. And what is a Venom without rows of teeth? Troy's take on this character is definitely worth having. He hit a home run and then some. We'll take a look at the upper part of the head. Keys in at right at the top of the mouth area. Eyes rendered in nicely, skin sculpted in nicely. More teeth. Top of the mouth, where the seam line is at. Be a lot of fun to paint that. A little bit of texture in the eyes. Back that off a little bit. Yeah, this definitely screams Venom. And then, of course, what is Venom without a long snaking tongue rendered in red resin, which I really like. It definitely gives kind of a little bit of prep work for painting already. And it's been done so you can actually paint it separate and then glue it into the mouth afterwards. Definitely have to get some 2-part epoxy resin and add some drool onto that. What's Venom without drool? And we'll see if we can fit this guy together without him falling to pieces on me. There we go. And overall, height-wise, he is about a little bit taller than the quarter scale Wolverine. That's in my collection now. Tongue does not want to cooperate. There we go. Fit in there like so. And there we have it. We are Venom. Really big bust. I love this, how this came out. Definitely going to have to do a little bit of blending and seaming at the top of the head. No big deal. Rescribe a little bit of the skin texture in, but that won't be a problem. I've seen a few build-ups on Facebook of this, and it looks really good when it's done. Highly recommended for fans of the character. Just love it. Looking forward to starting in on this one. I may start this one tonight. And overall height-wise, Venom comes in at right around 7 inches in height. And front to back, including the tongue, right around 5.5 inches in depth. Oh, excuse me, 5.25 inches in depth. So, not a bad size for a quarter scale bust. Definitely cool. Hopefully, I know he did a one-of-a-kind Carnage last year that somebody was lucky enough to get their hands on. But was never a fan of Carnage. Always loved Venom. And you can see why. It's an amazing kit. My hat's off to Troy McDevitt for rendering this character really, really well. Stylized take on it, but the way he looks, who cares? It's absolutely cool. So that is part 2 of Box Day Saturday, fully complete, with Little Godzilla and Venom from Troy McDevitt at the McDevitt Studios. I'll leave links to his Facebook, as well as I believe he may have an Instagram. If not, I'll just leave links to the Facebook page where you can get a hold of him. I believe the Venom was right around $90 shipping and handling. I think the Little Godzilla was around $65. I think altogether between the two is like $180 for both. Shipped from North Carolina, so really not bad on the pricing. Troy has always been really, really good with the pricing on his pieces, for damn good reason. So part 2 of Box Day Saturday complete. Thank you very much for watching. Have fun. Have a wonderful evening. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Build a kit.